Once upon a time, a man named Ravi sought counsel from a wise Buddhist monk. "Please help me, sir," Ravi implored, his heart heavy with turmoil. "I'm lost in life." The monk listened intently as Ravi poured out his troubles. Ravi had once been the wealthiest in his village, lending a helping hand to all in need. But his generosity was often met with deceit, leaving him disillusioned. Despite his openness with his wife about his past and present, their relationship soured, and she left him amidst heated arguments. Ravi felt the sting of mockery from his neighbors, who took advantage of his kindness. Now, his business floundered, and Ravi was adrift, unsure of his next step. The monk, pondering for a moment, identified Ravi's downfall, his innocence and oversharing. "My friend," the monk gently advised, "you reveal too much to those who would misuse your trust. There are things best kept to oneself. If you want to know, come here tomorrow." Ravi had no choice but accept the monk's training, because that's what he is currently desperate for. Day 1, the monk, with serene wisdom in his eyes, began his counsel. "Ravi, my friend, listen closely," he began. "Lesson number 1, never tell anyone about your sorrow or helplessness." Ravi nodded, absorbing the words. "But why, sir?" he asked, curiosity mingling with his pain. "Because, Ravi," the monk explained gently, "sharing your sorrow or helplessness can make you vulnerable. Some may offer genuine help, but others may exploit your weakness or spread rumors. It's important to guard your innermost struggles, allowing only trusted confidants into that sacred space." Ravi contemplated the lesson, realizing the weight of his past openness. "I see," he murmured, a newfound understanding dawning within him. The monk continued, "Remember, Ravi, your sorrows are yours to bear, but they need not define you. By keeping them private, you retain control over your narrative and protect your dignity." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over their conversation, Ravi felt a glimmer of hope kindling within him. 2 months had passed since Ravi's last meeting with the monk. Despite his earnest search, the serene sage seemed to have vanished into thin air. Each day without the monk felt like a struggle, with Ravi grappling with his inner demons alone. Finally, one evening, as the sun dipped low in the sky, Ravi stumbled upon the monk sitting beneath a bodhi tree, bathed in the soft, golden light. Relief flooded through Ravi as he approached, eager for the guidance he so desperately sought. "Sir," Ravi began, his voice tinged with both gratitude and frustration, "I've searched everywhere for you. Where have you been?" The monk smiled knowingly, his eyes crinkling at the corners. "I've been here all along, Ravi," he replied cryptically. "Lesson number 2 awaits." Curiosity piqued, Ravi leaned in, eager to absorb the monk's teachings once more. "Lesson number 2, the monk began, his voice gentle yet firm, is about guarding your past mistakes and future plans." Ravi's brow furrowed in confusion. "But why shouldn't I share my past mistakes, sir?" he asked, puzzled. "Because, Ravi," the monk explained patiently, "while acknowledging our mistakes is essential for growth, broadcasting them to the world can leave us vulnerable to judgment and manipulation. As for your future plans, revealing them prematurely can invite interference or sabotage from those who may not have your best interests at heart." Ravi nodded thoughtfully, understanding dawning upon him. "I see now," he murmured, a sense of clarity washing over him. With renewed determination, Ravi vowed to heed the monk's advice, safeguarding his past and future alike. As they sat beneath the Bodhi tree, enveloped in the tranquility of the moment, Ravi felt a renewed sense of purpose take root within him. Though the path ahead was still uncertain, he knew that with the monk's guidance, he could navigate it with strength and resilience. The next day, Ravi approached the monk with a heavy heart. Doubt gnawed at him, eroding the faith he once held in the sage's teachings. "Sir," Ravi began hesitantly, "I've been thinking. Maybe all this secrecy is unnecessary. Why shouldn't I share my home affairs with others?" The monk regarded Ravi with a patient gaze, his expression unreadable. "Lesson number 3, he replied calmly, is about guarding your home affairs." Ravi frowned, his doubt deepening. "But sir," he protested, "what harm could come from sharing such things? Shouldn't we seek advice from others in times of trouble?" The monk nodded, acknowledging Ravi's concerns. "It's natural to seek guidance, Ravi," he conceded. "But some matters are best kept within the walls of your home. Sharing them indiscriminately can invite gossip, interference, or even exploitation." Ravi's brow furrowed in frustration. "But how will I know when to share and when to keep silent?" he asked, his voice tinged with uncertainty. The monk offered a reassuring smile. "Trust your intuition, Ravi," he advised. "Learn to discern between genuine concern and idle curiosity. And remember, not everyone who offers a listening ear has your best interests at heart." As Ravi pondered the monk's words, a sense of clarity began to dawn within him. Though doubts still lingered, he resolved to trust in the wisdom of the sage, even when it seemed difficult to comprehend. With renewed determination, Ravi vowed to heed the monk's advice, guarding his home affairs with the utmost care. And as they sat beneath the Bodhi tree once more, enveloped in the serenity of the moment, Ravi felt a flicker of faith reignite within him. As Ravi ascended the rugged path leading to the mountaintop, his mind buzzed with anticipation. Today marked the 4th day of his journey with the monk, and he wondered what wisdom awaited him amidst the lofty peaks. Finally reaching the summit, Ravi found the monk seated atop a weathered boulder, his eyes closed in silent contemplation. "Sir," Ravi greeted him, his voice filled with reverence, "what lesson do you have for me today?" The monk opened his eyes, a serene smile gracing his lips. "Lesson number 4, he announced, is about guarding your weaknesses and strengths." Ravi's eyes widened in surprise. "But sir," he exclaimed, "why shouldn't I share my strengths with others? Shouldn't we celebrate our successes and talents?" The monk nodded thoughtfully. "It's natural to take pride in our strengths, Ravi," he agreed, "but revealing them indiscriminately can invite envy, competition, or even exploitation. Likewise, exposing our weaknesses can leave us vulnerable to ridicule or manipulation." Ravi pondered the monk's words, realizing the truth in his teachings. "I never thought of it that way," he admitted sheepishly. The monk placed a reassuring hand on Ravi's shoulder. "We all have strengths and weaknesses, Ravi," he said gently. "Learning to safeguard them allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and humility." As they gazed out at the breathtaking vista spread before them, Ravi felt a sense of awe wash over him. Though the path to self-discovery was fraught with uncertainty, he knew that with the monk's guidance, he could face it with courage and resilience. And as they descended the mountain together, Ravi carried with him a newfound understanding of the importance of guarding his innermost truths. The next day, Ravi found himself in a luxurious palace, surrounded by opulence and grandeur. He marveled at the golden chandeliers, plush carpets, and ornate furnishings that adorned the halls. As he wandered through the lavish corridors, he couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the sheer extravagance of it all. "Sir," Ravi called out, seeking the monk amidst the splendor, "what lesson do you have for me today?" The monk appeared before him, a serene smile gracing his lips. "Lesson number 5, he began, is about guarding your income and savings." Ravi furrowed his brow in confusion. "But sir," he protested, "why shouldn't I share my wealth with others? Shouldn't we help those in need?" The monk nodded understandingly. "It's noble to be generous, Ravi," he conceded, "but disclosing your income and savings can attract unwanted attention, leading to envy, greed, or even theft. It's important to be prudent in managing your finances and to share your wealth wisely." Ravi nodded thoughtfully, realizing the wisdom in the monk's words. "I never considered the consequences of revealing my wealth," he admitted. The monk placed a reassuring hand on Ravi's shoulder. "It's never too late to learn, Ravi," he said gently. "By safeguarding your income and savings, you protect yourself and your loved ones from harm." As they strolled through the luxurious palace together, Ravi reflected on the importance of financial security and discretion. Though the trappings of wealth were enticing, he knew that true prosperity lay in the wisdom to use it wisely, and as he bid farewell to the opulent surroundings, Ravi carried with him a newfound appreciation for the value of prudence and restraint. On the 6th day of their journey, Ravi and the monk found themselves in a serene garden, filled with vibrant flowers and the soothing sound of trickling water. As they walked along the winding paths, Ravi couldn't help but feel a sense of tranquility wash over him. "Sir," Ravi began, breaking the peaceful silence, "what lesson do you have for me today?" The monk turned to him with a gentle smile. "Lesson number 6, he replied, is about guarding your dignity." Ravi furrowed his brow, puzzled by the monk's words. "But sir," he questioned, "what does dignity have to do with secrecy?" The monk nodded thoughtfully. "Dignity, Ravi," he explained, "is about maintaining your self-respect and honor. Revealing moments of humiliation or embarrassment can tarnish your reputation and erode your sense of self-worth." Ravi nodded slowly, beginning to understand. "So, it's important to protect our dignity by keeping certain things private," he summarized. "Exactly," the monk affirmed. "By safeguarding your dignity, you preserve your integrity and command respect from others." On the 7th and final day of their journey, Ravi and the monk faced their most challenging trial yet. They found themselves at the edge of a vast desert, where the sun beat down relentlessly, casting shimmering waves of heat across the arid landscape. "Sir," Ravi spoke, his voice tinged with apprehension, "what lesson awaits us today?" The monk's eyes twinkled with determination as he gazed out at the daunting expanse before them. "Lesson number 7, he declared, is the most crucial of all." Ravi's heart quickened with anticipation, sensing the gravity of the moment. "What is it, sir?" he asked eagerly. The monk's voice was solemn as he imparted the final lesson. "Lesson number 7, he began, is about guarding your friends and your enemies." Ravi blinked in surprise, unsure of how this lesson would change his life. "But sir," he questioned, "why is this lesson so important?" The monk's gaze bore into Ravi's with unwavering intensity. "Your friends and your enemies," he explained, "shape the course of your life. Choose them wisely, for they will influence your decisions, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny." Ravi nodded solemnly, understanding the weight of the monk's words. "I will remember, sir," he vowed. With a sense of resolve burning within him, Ravi faced the desert with newfound determination. Together, he and the monk braved the harsh elements, their bond forged through trials and tribulations. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the desert sands, the monk sat cross-legged upon the sand. With a serene smile, he bid farewell to Ravi before ascending into the sky, disappearing into the heavens to return to Buddha. Left alone in the vastness of the desert, Ravi felt a sense of peace wash over him. Armed with the 7 invaluable lessons imparted by the monk, he knew that he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And as he watched the stars twinkle in the night sky, Ravi felt a profound sense of gratitude for the wisdom that had changed his life forever. For those who had felt betrayed, lost, or like a loser, Ravi's journey served as a beacon of light. The Zen lessons imparted by the monk were not just words, they were powerful tools for transformation. Each lesson held the key to unlocking a brighter future, a future filled with possibility and promise. To guard one's sorrows, mistakes, home affairs, weaknesses, strengths, income, savings, friends, and enemies was to reclaim one's power, to chart a new course, and to rewrite one's story. It was a journey of self-discovery, self-mastery, and self-empowerment. See you then.